Welcome back to Lord Fenton Anime Plays Ultima Worlds of Adventure 2 Martian Dreams. I'm your host Lord Fenton. In part 17 of Ultima Worlds of Adventure 2 Martian Dreams walkthrough video, we're about to go into a dream world version of Elysium to meet some friendly Martians. You'll see. As always, everyone like, comment, and subscribe my channel for more modern and classic games like this. Do not forget the notification bell so be updated much more. In the last video, we went into the dream world, I should say I did only, and saved 4 famous people from Earth. Now this time around, we're going to dream world version of Elysium. You know what? Let's not waste any more time and use the machine once again. Back into the dream world we go. Same as before. Make sure player 1, that is you sitting in the seat. I'll probably say any other player. I like the good doctor here, Spectre, to flip the switch. So what we're go ahead and go to is the 5th obelisk. We didn't do it in the last video because we didn't have time. We're doing it this time. So look at it. There's a Martian symbol there. That means you're in the right place. Do not worry about combat because there is none in this location. How's it going? You see a Martian. Okay, he looks friendly. Greetings, soft one. How may we share our knowledge? Okay, good. Knowledge is power. I am called Pukchep. It sounds rather harsh. Nah, dude, it's not. You're cool. So let's talk about your job. Within our grove is my task to act as the gatherer. Oh, wow, that's nice. Let's talk about that grove. You should speak to Prektesh, our guardian, which I think is leader. He can't tell you much about our society. Okay. Let's talk about, of course, gatherer. Ever since the first death, it has been fallen to the gatherers to be the keepers of the knowledge of their grove. Okay, this is gonna be good though. You sound like you guys are real friendly here, not like the other ones in Elysium. Yeah, those body snatchers. Let's go ahead and talk about knowledge. Knowledge is power, all that. Mine is the task to collect the fallen leaves and roots of the old ones as they die. Good job, man. Seriously. By mixing their remains with the soil for the new seedlings, the knowledge of the old is passed on within the grove. Alright, that is good. So let's see what else he has to say. Okay, there's 2. I used to trade soil and chemicals with Fastic of Elysium. Yeah, unfortunately, that ain't happening, dude. Here in my dreams, though, none of my pod friends wither, so I gather little. That's alright, you're in a good spot. Okay, let's go ahead and type the word is gather again and get the 2. Oops, I accidentally hit the wrong button. But that's like this guy's like a Walmart greeter, which is nice. Let's talk about remains. Here in the dream world, our bodies do not age and die, so my duties have been very light. Okay. And I think it's chems we need to talk about. I'm sure if I ever get to it at least. Let's type the word gatherer and I'll probably type the word chem or chemicals. Okay, let's type the word chemicals. I don't remember which chemicals we trade for fertilizer. The plant tells to ask about chemicals will be Plashef. Okay, good to know. Also, George Washington Carver has a book about that we're going to look at later on. But until we share again, soft one, you're very friendly. I like you guys so far. Screw the Elysium ones. Those body snatching MFers. Anyways, let's go ahead and explore this place. See if we can find another Martian to speak with. So this episode's going to be about that and setting things up for, of course, the next part of the story. Yeah, I always like to set things up nicely. So go this direction and I think I see someone maybe. Now, let's see who this person is. You see a wizened aged Martian. Okay, this is good. The Martian looks up at you, its eyes revealing the weight of its burden. My leaves have never fallen on your fields before, worm of no shell. Ah man, another insulter. I am Prektesh, leader of the grove of the city of Elysium, once the finest of our planet. Oh man, dude, that place is trash. I don't want to tell you the bad news, but it is. I welcome you, off-worlder, and all of your kind to the shadow Elysium. I send the hospitality of our grove to you. That's nice. Sorry about the little bit of a back insult. You saw me first. Let's talk about your wonderful grove. He looks about at the city, then makes a rustling sound that could be a sigh. Oh man, don't worry. Our city was once the finest of the groves of Mars, but is in our past. We have been forced to abandon our grove, but the spirit of Helios still thrives here in the dream world. Okay, that's interesting. Alright, let's go ahead and see what we're going to talk about. Dream. This place has become our refuge, accessed only through the dream machine. Well, I'm here. Let's talk about refuge. His features grow dark, and he says, yes, refuge. We fled through the dream machine to escape the devastation wrought by the plague that struck down our race, killing last of our seedlings. Oh boy, this plague thing. We gotta figure out what that is. So let's go ahead and talk about that, because it doesn't sound good. It was not a natural occurrence. What grieves me the most was that our race was decimated by one of our own. Oh boy, one of yours went crazy. The pestilence that destroyed us was the evil deed of Xaktsesh. Yeah, that's the dick that we heard about in Elysium. That's what we're going to go ahead and call him. He sought domination over all of Mars, and for many years he strove to control the supply of water and oxygen that all Martians requires. Oh yeah, let's talk about this jerk. He is the leader of the Grove of Argyle. Rather than seek peace and prosperity for his citizens, he lusts for dominance over all of Mars. Power-hungry maniac. Just go ahead and say it. When his attempt to use political and economic dealings to take control failed, he then chose to use force and terror to extort us into accepting his rule. Oh, great. Martian-made terrorist. That is bad. That is really bad. Prektesh shrugs at the memory. He prepared biological weapons containing a strain of bacteria to afflict our entire race. Oh man, this guy, we cannot get him on Earth. That evil dude is not a good idea to put him on Earth. So yeah, bacteria, or Argyle, I forgot, let's type that in. The beautiful city of Argyle decayed into a rotting slum of press, sickly plant tails. It was desolate even before the plague took its toll. Yeah, the jerk took over, and yeah, there you go. That's why. I'm going to go ahead and try to get that real quick, a keyword, which is bacteria. Let's talk about that. It was a most insidious weapon. It caused our bodies to grow sickly and rot away. Oh boy, worse yet, it destroyed our offspring as they developed. Oh boy, this is not good. Let's talk about that offspring. You see a drop of what looks like a sap well in his eye and run down his cheek. Oh man, he is crying. He's saying something, I'm going to say SOB, disease made growing seedlings impossible, killing our race with his arrogance. And then he goes, he continues, we knew that there. Okay, I accidentally typed that. Let's go ahead and type offspring. And yeah, okay. Regaining his composure, he continues, we knew then that his plan meant doom for our race. Why you guys didn't stop him? We fled our grove and entered the dream world to wait forever if necessary, hoping that someday we would be rescued. Yeah, I guess I'm the one rescuing you. You're making me work overtime, guys. Yes, we are trapped here indefinitely. Though the body remains in the real world, our age normally, the essence of consciousness exists in the dream world, lasting eternity even when the body has ceased to function. Oh boy. So we have to probably grow a body. Rescued. We exist on the faith that someone would come, even someone like yourself, a visitor from another planet, or another world, he says. Now that you have heard our plight, you must aid us to discover some means for us to return to our native soil and inhabit the grove in the real world. Alright, let's talk about that aid. You must act as our agent in the real world using your bodies where we cannot exist. Oh, no, not this body snatching stuff, dude. Let's talk about those bodies. To return to our grove, we must find bodies that we may inhabit and leave the dream world. Alright, let's go ahead and see. The Martians of Elysium has been striving to grow new bodies such as these from preserved seeds now that the plague has passed. Alright, let's go ahead and talk about this. There was another plan being examined as well. Speak to Olympus and she can give you more information. Oh wow, we got a backup plan. We got 2 plans to do. Let's go ahead and, I think it was, yeah, let's talk about that. Her name is Xaktsesh. You can usually find her in the area just south of the barge station here in Helios. Well, Dreamworld Helios. Okay. And let's see what else is there. Rescue. Okay, let's go there. Aid. Bodies. And Elysium. Let's talk about that place. Their efforts are led by Tepafish, the leader of Elysium. Okay. I cannot condone their crimes, but I understand their motives. What's their crimes? I gotta hear this. Alright, let's type that in correctly. Out of desperation, Tepafish and his kind have stolen the bodies of the first off-worlders for use in growing the new seedlings. Body snatching. Okay, you guys condone it. Please forgive him for these acts, for he had no other choice. Okay, he did it out of desperation. He nods. You are compassionate if you can see past his arrogance and despair. He will probably release your kind if you aid him. Okay, help him, and then he'll do what we asked him to do. Perhaps with our seeds and your help, they will be able to grow a new body for us to test. Oh yeah, by the way, we're getting the seeds in this video. You should ask Plashef about our seeds. He is more knowledgeable about their exact location. Thank you for that. Let's talk about that thing. I think I did. He is our cultivator. He is here in the Dream Grove with us. Ooh, good. And until we meet again, friend. Same thing too. Let's go ahead and find this person at least. So let's go ahead and get the information from him, of course. So let's see who this person is. You say Martian, engrossed in thought. Oh man, must be a lot on your mind. The Martian turns to your voice and studies you closely. What's with the magnifying glass? Green, you are not formed of sun and soil, are you? Flesh and bone, dude. Be joyful that you are not afflicted by the plague that causes our bodies to wither. Yeah, this plague thing is real bad. We talked to a few people about. What's your name? I am known as Plashef, Shellless One. Okay, enough with the worm crap. I am the cultivator for the Grove of Helios. Oh, good. Talk about that. The cultivator are responsible for the preparation and care of the seedlings from time they are planted through their growth and finally their birth. Alright, this is going somewhere. Seedlings. Most of the seedlings died after becoming exposed to the plague that destroyed our race. Ah, great. This ain't good. Okay. Fortunately, I was warned by Xaktsesh in time, and I was able to place our last group of seeds into a secure place. Smart move. I might have messed that up because I had to use oil on the door some videos ago. She is our abortus. She knew the plague for what it was and warned us soon enough to escape to the dream world. Smart cookie. And there's the plague. Others know more of the details. I remember only the horror, the senseless loss of life. Understandable. You don't want to talk about it. And let's talk about cultivator again. And I think it's growth or seedling this time. And secure. In our grove that remains in the real world, there is a hidden preservation unit you can find in the building next to the greenhouse. Oh yeah, that's the door I opened. Oops. Preservation. He bows his head. I have worked long and hard to preserve our grove. Alright. I could not allow the schemes of an insane being to destroy us. Yeah, that dude's a dick. What he did. Ask Prektesh, the leader, about the Grove of Argyle. Okay. We already know about that, though. Let's see here. Cultivator. I think it was seedlings. I'm just double checking. Growth. And let's do that again. And okay. Growth to dedicated birth. Growth to the seedlings to birth is a very dedicated matter. Plant the seedlings in the soil that can receive direct sunlight. It must be deep enough to protect it from the nighttime temperatures. Yeah, it get cold on Mars real quick. Much more than Earth. Once the seedling has been planted, it will require moisture in the soil. Water from the canals or melted ice will suffice. Remember that word, melted ice. Finally, you must take care to apply the necessary fertilizer. The growth cycle takes 9 revolutions, during which the seed must be checked on at least 3 times. Oh yeah. Okay, I think we're going to go ahead and do that route. It sounds much more easier. We'll take the quick, easy path. At the end of this cycle, a newly grown sap may be removed from the pod by cutting the pod away with any sharp object. Yeah, we're using a ritual knife instead. We got that too. We use a ritual pod knife for the purpose, but anything sharp would suffice. No, I'm using a pod knife. That's a ritual one. I don't want to F this up. Now let's talk about fertilizers. Okay, here we go. The seedlings require fertilization during their growth period. It is a mixture of nitrogen, phosphate, and potassium that is applied directly to the soil. Just like real life. Okay, that sounds good. And let's see here. What else he has to say? So we have to probably type those words in real quick. There are samples of these in my laboratory in Helios. If you need these, you should look in the antechamber of the greenhouse. Where we did that. Yeah, we went to Helios. I should say is borrow some stuff. Let's talk about fertilizer. I think it's nitro. It is a necessary component which aids the growth of the seedlings. All right. Let's talk about that again. Phosphate, or type that in fully. Okay, same thing. Necessary component, and let's talk about potassium. Or let's see. Okay, potash. There you go. All right. So we just gotta get chemicals, water, seedlings, and a shovel, and then plant somewhere that's a nice soil. That's good. So let's go ahead and look for a few more people to talk to, and then we'll get out of here and set up the process to definitely do it. We're getting a lot of good information here, I will definitely say. I like this group of Martians. They don't take our bodies. That's good. You see a Martian that it seems almost effeminate. It kneels in greeting, then rises. Oh, wow. That's respect there. Welcome, outsider. I am excited that you have come now. At last, I know the fate of Xaktsesh. Okay, that's good to know. My podmate Xaktsesh was researching the creation of a new type of body that would be immune to the effects of the plague. This sounds like a backup plan. Let's talk about researching. Xaktsesh had established a laboratory in the North Polar regions to perform his studies. Okay, this is good news. This is backup. He hoped that the cold would slow the spread of the plague until he had constructed a prototype. Oh man, this is getting interesting. Let's talk about laboratory. It has been a very long time since I was there, but I believe that it was located somewhere on the border of the northern ice caps, which is north part of the planet. Gotcha. Prototype. I feel certain that his efforts were successful, for he never followed me into the dream world. Why he never came has always been a mystery to me. Oh boy, that's the hiccup dream. She looks about, then says, this world, though safe from the plague, will never be the same as our grove. My greatest hope is that one day we can return to our grove in the real world. I'm working on it. I'm doing the planning thing first. Okay, let's talk about that plague. It was horrible, worse than any disaster imaginable. I imagine that big time. And I, the Olympus of the Grove of Helios, was powerless to prevent the deaths of my pod friends. It was certainly killed every living Martian on the planet. She is quiet and reflective for a moment. You acted fast though, so that's the thing. My podmate Plashef was researching of the creation of a new body type that would be immune to the plague. Alright, that's interesting. What's your name? Pointing to herself, she says, I am Xaktsesh. Yeah, these Martians have hard names. My function in the grove is Boris. Alright, let's talk about your job. I tend to the citizens of my grove, healing them if they become injured or ill. Alright, just like a doc. Back at the shuttle. I have not used those skills in a long time. Here in the dream world, our bodies do not require treatment. Okay, interesting. Bye. Farewell, my friend. Beware also the dangers and more. And let's see here. There you go. Just want to make sure everything is fine. I think there's one more Martian here we're going to go ahead and talk to. And then we'll get out here, then set things up, of course, for the, you guessed it, if I remember right, to start the planning process. Or at least grab a certain journal that's there that will tell us another way too. Because I think I got 2 out of the 3 chemicals for fertilization, and I don't know about the last one. So there, so we'll look at that. Because George Washington Carver had a book somewhere, we could read about that. Yeah, I figure that out. So let's go ahead and check around. Yeah, make sure you check everywhere. Again, talk to people before you leave the dreamscape. You can come back here anytime, but good idea to get some knowledge from people. I think I had talked to this person also. Let's see. Yep. No. Oh, wait. We did talk to this one. Let's skip him. I think it's the next person we need to talk to. Now, let's see if I get some information without, of course, losing my body. You see a Martian with a hint of regal air. Okay. Stepping towards you, she folds her arms over her chest and kneels. Respect, I like that. She calls out in a pleasant voice. I, Chsheket of Helios, greet you and welcome you to the Grove of Helios. Please explore and meet the citizens of the Enlightened Grove. Yeah, it's a very nice grove, the dream version. I don't want to tell you about the real world. She stands up and regards your reaction. What's your name? Proudly, she says, I am Chsheket of Helios. Yeah, these Martian names are hard to pronounce. What's your job? I am the ambassador of Helios, messenger of Prektesh, leader of the grove. Yeah, he's a good leader. My duty is to represent Helios before all other groves. You're doing a great job. Ambassador, I communicate to the other groves as my leader directs. Good to know. My travels have been limited to meeting in the dream world, speaking to the other ambassadors. Oh, good. Okay, let's see what else you have to say. Recently, the groves of Elysium Argyle closed communications with us. I know little more than each have plans that will release our race from the dream world. Elysium, it's a mess. Argyle, it's bad. Just telling you that ahead of time. Elysium. I know little save that they are following an immoral path in their efforts to release us. Prektesh, the leader, knows more. Yeah, the leader told you a lot. He told the truth. I'm going to go ahead and say it. And let's talk about that leader of yours. He is the leader of our grove. In the past, he was who directed my travels to give messages to other leaders. Oh, good. You're the messenger, too. He is in the building closest to the barge docks and would gladly speak with you. Yeah, I'm sure. Let's talk about Ambassador. Okay, let's talk about Argyle. That place. She sneers and says, that is the grove that spawned that... Okay, she's swearing, Xaktsesh, Prektesh may speak to you of him, but I will not. I agree, he's a dick. The sea has been closed by the dick, and I know nothing more. Plans, if I had confidence in any of the plans to construct alternate bodies, I would happily volunteer. We cannot stay here forever. I'm working on the seed part. I got backup if we mess up. Bye. Until we meet again, off-worlder, Xaktsesh will always be here. Thank you so much. So I'm going to go ahead and explore this a little bit more before we leave. That is a lot of information. We got two options though. Option A, we grow a body. I got most of the stuff for it. Except for a few stuff I'm missing, one or two. Option B, we look for the other plan the other lady said about making bodies that's immune to the plague. Okay, we're done here, so I'm going to go ahead and explore around here. Helios some more while I try to get to Elysium. Yeah, I was a little bit lost, in other words. I was trying to remember the exit. But I was still looking anyway, so a good idea to check everywhere before you leave. In this case, we're coming back, but I always say is, yeah, check here because you may not be able to come back. Now, I'm going to go ahead and get into combat, and then while I'm going to get into combat, I'll tell you what you need. I'll remind everybody in the next episode again. Okay, everyone, here's the thing about air squids. If you're really too close and you kill them sometimes, they blow up. You might take, minor damage, so do be careful about them. I'm going to go ahead and close that door in case I really screw up. Yeah, I don't want the dream machine destroyed. That's the only one that's active so far. The one in Olympus, that went bye-bye. It got smashed into a million pieces. So I'm still going to try to look for the bridge that's connected, of course, to the west side. Alright, there's the barge there. There's a lever I don't know about, so I'll ignore it for now. And also, good idea, I'm going to look for other things as well, too. Anyways, while I'm searching for the bridge to the west side, here's a few things you need. You're going to need chemicals. I think it was potassium. We're looking for that. Phosphorus we have, and nitrate we have. You're going to need a bladed weapon, Martian ritual knife, or Martian ritual pod knife. Yeah, get that. That's a funky shaped knife. That's, I think, is bronze color. That's good as well, too. You're going to need a seed. We're going to get that in a few moments once we cross the other side. You're going to need a bucket. That is for the ice to get. So this way, when we walk around, eventually that ice turns to water. And you're going to need a shovel to get the ice. Once again, I'll remind everybody when we do this, I'm telling this now while I'm lost. And it's a long process. Okay, that means that power, that means we're way too far. Really way too far. Okay, nothing there. We're going to go ahead and go west and search again. There's the, I should say, dream machine room. I got to remember that. So those are the stuff you need. What I'm going to go ahead and do is hopefully find it. If not, I'll find some foes to kill, get a lot of EXP out of it. Hopefully my character gets to level 8. Which, by the way, that is the cap for Ultima Worlds of Adventure 2 Martian Dreams. It's just like the exactly the same cap for, I'd say, World of Ultima, the Savage Empire, Ultima 4, 5, and 6. I think it's a cap for 7, but if I remember correctly, they bumped one level. I heard as a rumor. It might be true to level 9. Then there's no leveling in 8. There's no leveling in 9, unfortunately. But the good old days was 100 EXP, you gain a level though. That was Ultima 1, 2, 3. A Call of Beth, that was just a fun run though. I am not sure about the Ultima Underworld games, which by the way, that is next when I get some time to play it. Okay, I think I found the exit here. I don't want to go too far. I'm finding the places I'm not finding though. I like to apologize for that. I should have just sped this up, but nah. Anyways, I'll probably say is I'm having a feeling though is I got a few more tasks before hopefully confronting our foe. But our main task right now is setting things up for to grow a Martian body. We're going to try that route. You have to anyways before the next part of the story. So I think I'm going to go this direction. I'm sure of it. There's a bridge here. Yep, there it is. There's that bridge. Just go a little bit south of the barge area and then there's your bridge. So what we're going ahead and do right now is looking for the seedling room. We're going to get that seed. You see when I arrive at Helios, there's a locked door. You need oil to, you guessed it everyone, to get rid of the rust on the door and the door open up. And then you're free to grab the seedling. And I should have done it in this episode, but I did it 2 episodes ago. Oops, on my part. I forgot that ox. I'm going to go ahead and grab that. Okay, 2 blobs of it. And let's look at that. Nothing there. Alright, interesting. So let's see here. I don't think anybody else needs it. I'm just going to leave it there. So let's see. That's just jewelry and such. I'm looking for the seedling room. So if I... Okay, it's close by. There's the one dude. He wants to talk to us. And there's more chemicals too. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and switch and grab that. Nitrogen. Let's see here. Okay, good. You're going to grab that for me. Thank you. And there's some phosphorus. And all right. So let's see here. Let's look at that. I think that's nitrate, phosphorus, and we need potassium. Okay, and we got potash. I don't know what that is, but I'm going to hold on to those 3 because they look like they're important. I know I have other ones. There's a bucket here. If you need to grab it, go ahead and grab it as well, too. If you hadn't grabbed one, of course, at the start of the game. You should have been robbing everything at the start of the game. And then dump the stuff you feel like that was useless. And there's a door. We're going to go ahead and get it. We get the seed. And then we're going to kill some jumping beans. So we got 4 shots at least to get things right. Seriously, 4. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is kill some jumping beans from Mars. And I will be back after they're done. Then we'll head back to getting on track to Elysium at least. So here we go, everyone. All right, we did it, everyone. That was an easy battle. So let's go ahead and get out of here. Get away, I should say, west, because sometimes respawn is like insane. That's actually good though if you have really good weapons, but my advice is yeah, don't do it constantly because it'll eat up your ammunition. Now I have I should say access to unlimited oxum, which I could buy unlimited ammo, but yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Anything like that I'm gonna do off screen. That was the episode of unlimited I should say oxum. It was up to you, of course. Going back to the outpost for that. Okay, that's creepers. That's probably getting killed by the jumping beans. We'll ignore that. Go a bit more east, and then there should be the exit nearby. Hopefully you find it. Yep, there it is. There's the exit. So we're going to go ahead and follow the canal there. Now, I'm doing this one more time to get from, I should say, Helios to Elysium. But from here on out, I'm not going to do it anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and rest on up until sunset. And, all right, Sherman gained a level. Sword. Swords for everybody. Sherman should have some more, I should say, his strength. He needs it to carry some more stuff for us. He's a balanced character. Yeah, see, he's at level 6. Nellie's behind by 100 EXP. Hopefully I could get her sooner or later to level 6. But she is a pistol, though. She is great with a pistol. And she kicks some serious booty. I probably should give her like 2 pistols. This way she'll dual wield them for fun. But that would be too crazy. I would turn Nellie into a monster, but I'm just having her with 1 pistol and then a tool. This way, she has some good use for the party. We'll kill some more air squids up ahead since they're by the river. Not too hard, very easy to maim, murder, and destroy. All right, we did it. So let's follow the empty canal north. Just keep on following it back like you do. In Elysium to Helios, you just, of course, go, I think it's follow the canal like I did a few videos ago to get there. This time we're doing it in reverse. In fact, use these canals for now to get to where you need to go. Eventually, you have to use your sextant. And if I remember right, I'm going to have to probably use my sextant for plan B. We're setting ourselves up for plan A, which is growing a Martian body. But I'm going to make sure there's a book, I should say, somewhere in, I should say, is in Elysium. So this way we'll get the ideal. I think it was George Washington Carver wrote that book. And it's in his house. Also the same house where the, I should say, Martian took over his body. Yeah, that was a raw deal type of thing. That was some serious messed up stuff, everyone. Anyways, we're getting there. Now, sometimes this will slow down on DOSBox, so do be careful. If I don't know if they have any other versions of it, but it is what it is. You could ramp up the speed, but at the same time, combat might be, I should say, is ludicrous speed. Yeah, that's a reference from Spaceballs. It'll be like super fast. Keep it at 3K CPU cycles and you'll be fine. And we're back here. So our next destination is a house with a book. I'm going to skip over any book I feel that doesn't talk about planting seeds and such. Now, if you're here in Elysium, you probably should have taken the book or scroll. And, oh, wait a second. Oh, you want to get in, dude? Not today. Say hello to my shotgun. Yeah, come on. What the heck? Oh, wow, I did it. It took about a few hits to do it. Everybody gets it in 1-2 hits. Me, it took 3 or 4. Then again, I was going too crazy with the shotgun. Okay, we're going to begin our search. We already talked to everybody in the 2-part of Elysium video. We'll use the scroll, see if this is it. Canal worm problem, that is not it. This just gives you a hint, though. I'm guessing as soon as, of course, we get the water, the canal worms will start to appear. Not a good thing. And then also the hint told you need a cannon to take them out. I am not sure if it does follow the rules of, I think it was Ultima 4. Or no, it was Ultima, I think it was 3 and on, where if you use a cannon on a ship, you cannot get EXP at all. Okay, remember that north gate? We're gonna come back to it later on. So let's look. Okay, that guy is not it. I don't think he has information there. I'm looking for someone that looks similar to George Washington Carver. All right, there's a scroll there. Fezzik. That's not it there as well too. Nope. I think the scroll says it's the first grove myth of Mars. Interesting. No, that's nothing there. So what we're looking for is, of course, let's see here. No, yeah, let's go ahead and look at the scrolls. Okay, oh, this is a poem. Oh, wow, that is nice. I'm going to go ahead and try to, I can't move it yet, so. Oh, everybody's in the way. Everybody out of the way. We're going to go ahead and move that stencil over so I can read the scroll. Let's see here. Move that. And let's move the stylus and use that. See what's there. Okay, jewelry. No, that's not it. So let's move on. See, anything I feel that I'm rushing, that is not it, definitely. There's another scroll here. Okay, oh wow, that is Lennon. He's gonna be upset though. Okay, that's a grove too big. That's basically about groves. We're getting there. We're getting close though. So this is very important. That's why I'm doing this. Otherwise, I would skip to the next part, setting ourselves up for Olympus. Yeah, that location. We're going to avoid that for now. That's probably more of those creeping things. That looks like it's a bunch of plants. There's two there. That might be the one. And that is George Washington Carver's body stealer. So, okay, there he is. Let's move out of the way. And let's go this direction. Use that. Okay, that's screws rituals and such, which is moon speakers about groves. Okay, that's a history thing, and that's mainly about moon speakers. We're very close though. It tells you before opening it and opening a pod, it tells you how to cut it. So it just tells you that. So that's good though. And talks about the worm sword. That is very weird. Okay. That's very interesting. If you want to read that, that is fine, but we're not. It just says it says use a normal ritual pod knife, but leave the pod in the plant. But we need the body though, so we have to cut it all out. So let's go ahead and read that book. I think this is the book. Let's look at this first. Spoon, hammer, and chisel. We'll ignore that. So what we're going to do is use the book. Oh, those are Martian creatures. Oh, wait. I think this is it, though, folks. So let's go ahead and read that now. So I'm going to read it again, but much more slower. Now, let's see what this book has. Martian creatures. Apparently, the Martian race were some kind of plant-like form. No mammal or other animal forms other than worms seem to have existed here. Plants occasionally devour other plants, and worms almost always were predators. Yeah, they're dangerous on this planet. They're mostly giant ones. Martian reproduction. Apparently for ritual or biological reasons, the Martians held the soil where a Martian grew to be at least as important in determining its capabilities as a genetic heritage. The gentlemen of the expedition, who are more gifted than myself in the interpretation the artifacts for social structures, are in fact convinced that the genetic heritage was only operative. Okay. Only operative in determining physical capabilities, while mental is there. I have reconstructed techniques that Martians use to cultivate themselves. They were reduced by alternative generations with a sessile, non-sessile generation, and multiple and sentinel generation. So it is my hope that some seeds somewhere survive what be a disaster befell in the race. I believe the newly planted seeds was water and then fertilized with a nitrogen compound, phosphorus solution, and a potash mixture. Okay, there's your substitute for I think it's potassium, so we'll use potash. Not surprisingly, the areas where young Martians were growing were kept safe and visited only by specialists, but there appears also to have been a brief community leaders should have come to visit the growing pods every few days. Every 3 days. There you go. Grab that book if you want to. So we got the chemicals. So we got the nitrogen, phosphorus, I think it's called, and potash. You should have got all 3 of those in Helios where the one guy Marcus is at. Then get the seed. We got the ritual knife. We got the bucket and shovel. We only need the ice. So we're going to set ourselves up for that. So we're going to go ahead and rest. Then we'll actually use the teleport system to definitely get back to Olympus. So it'll be all good. So I'm going to make sure it's from I should say night to day. Yeah, always rest up twice though, because if you're in a day and then you rest up, it's nighttime, and then rest from night to day. So this way you see everything. The Ultima 6 engines, yeah, the cover of darkness, it can be a real cover of darkness. Yeah, you'll see as I'm resting up. See, look at that. It's about to get a little bit darker. Well, actually, not really though, because I'm in a well-lighted area in Elysium. But out in the field, it gets darker and darker at night. Yeah, see, it just went like that briefly, and there, daytime. So we're going to go north of Elysium, and there should be a teleport system we're going to go ahead and go to. Remember that location I said, remember that later on in the video? Well, we're going to it now. We'll say bye to the body snatchers for now. So we're going to go ahead and try the growth method next time. But we're going to go ahead and set ourselves up at the same time to definitely, you know, get to the ice. Now, it's the one place I know where the ice caps are at. There's another place that's north of Elysium, but that's a long trip. I'm going to use the shortcut way to start it off next time. So let's go ahead and close the gate. So no humans are dead. So I think it's the blue. That means we can't use. So I'm going to go ahead and use the, I think it's the upper right one or northeast one. That should teleport us. So let's go ahead and do it. It should take us to Olympus. And there you go. Voila, we did it. We have arrived because there's 2 holes I digged there earlier. Next up is Olympus Mons Tunnel. So we'll get there and then we'll end the episode. I would say this is a very good run. We learn a lot of information from the Helios Martians, and of course a book told us about instead of potassium, potash is a good way to go, which we do have. We have quite a few of them. Anyways, here's a recap for the video. So we went back to the dream world, I should say I did, talk to some friendly Martians there. They condemned the Elysium ones for taking over the humans' bodies. So we explored around, of course, Elysium, got a seed there. So that's another one on the list. Then we went back to Elysium, found out we already have all 3 chemicals, which is nitrogen, phosphorus, and of course potash instead of potassium. And then we arrive here. In the next Ultima Worlds of Adventure 2 Martian Dreams video, I'll show everyone on how to grow a Martian body. This is it for Ultima Worlds of Adventure 2 Martian Dreams Part 17 Dream World Helios video. This is Lord Fenton signing off. Thanks for watching and have a great day or night. Do please stay safe. Please subscribe to my channel for more classic and modern games just like this. If you like what you see, then pick my suggestion on the upper left hand corner or YouTube suggestion on the bottom left hand corner. I'm going to go ahead and finish up robbing the healer's hut, then the village.